Welcome to Gates of Transformation, a platform for transformational leaders, visionaries, and everyday people standing at the threshold of change.
Welcome to another intriguing episode. We have reached the height of the series, The Pathway to a Transformed Africa. And this particular episode is very close to home. Today's focus is women in leadership. You know, for the past few years, and especially in this decade, women participation in all 7 spheres of influence, the 7 gates, especially at the political gate, has been at the heart of the United Nations and African Union development agendas. For the UN, the creation of the African Women Leaders Network is mainly aimed at enhancing the leadership of women in the transformation of Africa in line with the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. Likewise, Aspiration 6 of the African Union Agenda 2063 envisions an Africa that is people-centered and relying on the potential of African people, especially its women and youth, and caring for the children. This AU aspiration actually is also echoed in the UN SDG goal number 5, which envisions a world where we achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. Consequently, whether we are looking at Africa from a global perspective or continental view, or even local lenses, women's contribution to development and progress through leadership is a hot priority. However, I want to start addressing this issue from the root. And this is intended to give my fellow women a perspective into the fundamental issues that we need to address, especially with our daughters, so the cycles of inequality and exclusion can be broken. I want you to trust me when I say that I understand this issue, because I am on the receiving end of it. Besides the unequal power relations, the gender norms, and discriminatory behaviors and practices that exist in the political sphere, as cited by the UN, women have, from the foundation of the homes and communities, not been fully equipped for leadership. This is the plain truth. This particular reality that women are not equipped for leadership from the foundation, it dawned on me when I started to intentionally observe and pay close attention to the interaction of parents, myself included, with the girl child versus the boy child, both in the African continent and even the Western setting. And a few things stood out to me, which I want to share with you today. You know, girls are generally treated delicately, and they are conditioned to believe that they should always play safe. They should always be accepted by all. They should labor for love. They should avoid heights. They should cry when they fall and be pitied by all when they fail. And they should prepare and carry themselves as a wife material. In the same space, I watch boys take the risk to climb the tallest swings or trees, to experience the most dangerous rides, to crash into hedges and fences with their bikes. I have seen boys crash into trees, dive into the river or the pool from an elevated height, headlong, and nobody is worried about them being hurt. In fact, parents will be on the sideline cheering them on. Go, boy, you can do it. Go, boy, it's not that deep. Go on. This is just 3 feet. It's just 4 feet. Better yet, when a girl in a sporting team falls down during a game, everything literally comes to a stop, because all the other girls have to rally behind her to offer emotional support and the parents will be running up and down, running around to figure out how to ease the pain. Boys, on the other hand, they are conditioned when they fall during a sporting game to quickly get up. And when they fall, they keep moving. In fact, the other boys will cheer them up with a clap and a "let's go, boys" kind of statement. These particular examples and observations, and even experiences, and several others, train boys to outrightly express their needs and their desires, while girls are nurtured to seek attention, protection, and safety. Now, I am just bracing myself that just like what happened to my generation and the ones before us, this generation of boys and girls that I'm observing, these ones that I am studying very closely, will also grow up and walk on two separate lines in their view and experiences of leadership. I can imagine the boys thrusting into highly competitive careers, taking risks, aiming for C-suite leadership roles, and even pinnacle leadership positions. And I can already picture them advancing their lives, their leadership, and their careers like no box exists, like there is no barricade or no ceiling around them. The girls, on the other hand, they may still be avoiding confrontation, coiling up to protect themselves from falling or failing. They will still be busy fighting insecurities, waiting to be pushed forward by other people, and choosing withdrawal over stepping forward. I can already envision them being this kind of woman that will always want other women to rally behind them. They cannot move alone. They cannot do anything without gathering a crowd, because they have to be cheered on. They have to be clapped for. The accolades have to be going left and right. You are this, you are big, you are our this, you are great, you are mighty, you are powerful. I can already envision this. Let me tell you what I do know and believe. If parents make some minor adjustments with how we are raising the girls, this foundational error that I'm talking about will start to be corrected. I have a very deep growing concern about all the girl-child programs in Africa, because I keep wondering what could happen if a corrupted seed of victim and helpless mentality is planted in the girl child that will eventually become a woman. And the most important question I keep asking without receiving an adequate response is, with all the investment funneled towards training and equipping the girl child, who is training the boy child how to relate to the empowered girl? I ask this question because we cannot continue to address the fruit of imbalance in leadership representation without getting to the root of the seeds of brokenness that were planted along the woman's journey of growth and development. If we are serious about bridging the representation gap, we must first begin with reconciling the conflicting agendas. Some of the girl child programs and even the women programs offered in Africa under the guise of empowerment are designed to breed the misconception that women are weak, that women should be loud, that women are emotional, that women only pull each other down or fight the men. These are misconceptions that are planted. They are seeds that are planted, and some of them are planted through these programs that are offered in Africa. Listen, this approach is nothing but a divide and conquer strategy. Men and women in the leadership domain should only see each other as counterparts, not as competitors. They should complement rather than compete each other. Because just like the woman, some men are suffering from emotional, psychological, and spiritual brokenness. But who's talking about it? Women, I am encouraging us to come out of programs, out of circles and cliques where we are taught to see ourselves as victims or some disadvantaged group. We can get involved. Women can participate. Women can contribute. Women can lead. This is the truth. This is the reality. Listen, I want you to picture this. With all the chaos, the confusion, the division, and darkness that is looming over the nations of the earth right now, women have a lot of solution to offer. Yes, we do. Well, I hope you enjoyed the episode, but before you click off, please visit our website. The link is in the description below to browse for resources and purchase your copy of the books that are available out there. And also explore our services, not only services, but also our products. Also, don't forget to support this channel by liking, commenting, and sharing. We were so engaged talking about the pathway to a transformed Africa, women in leadership. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Thank you for watching.